Hi, everyone. My name is Wintana Siyum. As Kate mentioned, I'm the Analytics PMM here at PatSnap, and it's my job to make sure you all know about the latest and greatest on all things analytics. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing this session. So before we dive deep into our product wins for this year, as well as what is coming for 2025, let's go ahead and take a look at the innovation landscape today. Okay, so it's no secret that we're living in an era shaped by unprecedented advancements. Even if we just look at the last few years, the global investment by the top 2,500 R&D spenders has skyrocketed. In 2022 alone, these companies have collectively invested $1.3 trillion in R&D. So that is $1.3 trillion fueling ideas that challenge norms, tackle complex problems, and redefine entire industries. Simultaneously, on the patent side, patent filings for unique inventions have reached 2.1 million patents in 2020, with a steady growth over the last 4 years. But what does this all mean? It means that while innovation is flourishing, the landscape is growing more complex. As technologies evolve, so do the intricacies of protecting them and leveraging them. And so ensuring freedom to operate has become mission critical because launching a product or an idea without the full clarity of the IP landscape can cause or result in costly disputes or even worse, missed opportunities. So this is where tools like analytics come into play. Analytics is PatSnap's flagship module. It's actually what started PatSnap's journey in 2007. And over the years, we've grown and developed this product with IP users in mind. So whether you are in-house counsel aiming to enhance collaboration between yourself and R&D teams, or a law firm supporting a diverse client network, our analytics platform is tailored to meet your unique needs. And we deliver this value in, I would say, 4 main ways. So first is we have diverse search capabilities. So we've developed various search tools designed to cater to every type of searcher, from beginners to seasoned experts. Our tools will ensure that you have seamless and effective patent discovery. And this is because our tools are backed by industry-leading data coverage. So coverage spanning 172 jurisdictions, 195 million patents, and 2.7 billion legal data points. And thirdly, at the core of what makes analytics is our user-friendly tools. So our user-centric platform fosters cross-functional collaboration across IP and R&D teams. And last, but definitely not least, is our AI-powered analytics. So as Carl mentioned, we harness the power of domain-specific AI, and we've developed features that help you analyze and extract actionable insights to encourage strategic decision-making. And by consistently delivering this value, we have actually achieved an NPS score of 49 for 2024, well above the benchmark of 35. And I think this really speaks to the level of satisfaction and trust our users have in our product. Okay, so on that note, let's talk about this year. 2024 has been a huge year for analytics, especially when it comes to releases. On your screen, you'll see an overview of the major releases this year. And while this isn't everything, these are certainly our fan favorites. But at the bottom, I'd like you to make note of 2 figures. The first one is this year alone, we've had 10 product release cycles. And this has amounted to a whopping 110 plus product updates and optimizations just for 2024. So that's around 10 releases every single month. And these are all user-facing, meaning these are new features that have directly affected our user experience. We're not even talking about our backend updates. So as you can probably tell from this overview, at PatSnap, our rate of innovation is second to none. And the way we prioritize creating features and enhancing them is driven entirely by you. whether a user has submitted feedback or it's because your account manager has advocated on behalf of you, or simply because our product team has seen a need and created a tool to make sure you have the best user experience on the market. Customer-driven innovation is at the heart of everything we do. And this commitment to innovation and customer-centric solutions has led us to add 40 of the world's top R&D spenders to our customer list in 2024. So I think this just further solidifies us as the go-to IP intelligence tool for industry leaders. All right, so let's go ahead and take a deeper look into some of these key releases. So we kicked off the year by enhancing our semantic search tool with a powerful new text comparison feature. Now you can input a piece of text describing your invention, or you can input a patent number, and our tool not only retrieves similar patents using semantic search, but it allows you to compare your input directly against a target patent. So using AI, we essentially break down the documents into technical features and highlight the specific text sections that share similarities. And so by leveraging AI to uncover similarities between a piece of text or a patent, or even between two patents, you'll be supported through various use cases like freedom to operate searches, competitive intelligence, and litigation analysis. So that was a really cool one to kick off the year. In May, we released Hero. So this is basically a chatbot tool that serves as the ultimate AI assistant for IP and R&D workflows. So Hero was a really special launch for us because it was the first of many tools backed by PatSnap GPT, PatSnap's very own LLM trained on millions of innovation data points. So you can think of PatSnap GPT as the brain of the operations, while Hero is the mouthpiece, allowing you to extract key insights by asking it a simple question. So let's say you open up a patent today, you can go ahead and ask Hero questions like, summarize the claims of this patent. What are the embodiments of this patent? So ultimately, it serves as a tool to complement and enhance that patent review process. In terms of what is next for Hero, in 2025, we plan to introduce multi-ask. So you can ask Hero one question and have it perform that function for a large patent data set. So let's say you have a list of 10 records. You can ask Hero to scan and highlight the patents there and highlight which ones mention, let's say, a liquid indicator, as you can see in the GIF, or which one describes a method that has the processing temperature above 95 degrees. And Hero will go ahead and perform that action for you. All right, moving on. So as I mentioned, Q2 was a big quarter because we also released AI tagging and AI-generated custom fields. So as most of you know, manually reviewing records, especially as a first pass-through, can be very time-consuming and consume very valuable time. And many users have expressed to us the desire for a solution that applies the same pattern logic to a larger data set and organize it accordingly. This way, users can focus their expertise on what truly matters in the detailed, more high-value review process. So in June, your wish was our command because you had access to AI custom fields generation as well as tagging. So simply type in a technology area of interest and PatSnap GPT will generate industry-specific sorting categories, or what we like to call custom fields. Off the back of that release, we also released and incorporated AI tagging, especially with fields without any training data logic. So our AI can automatically tag and sort patents based on your custom field labels alone. So these were very exciting releases, and it really showed us the power of domain-specific LLM. And while initial feedback was really positive, we also heard requests for greater control and visibility over how the AI tags and sorts patents. So launching today, actually, we're excited to introduce a powerful new enhancement to the AI tagging tool. So we've added an intermediate step before the official tagging process, and this step provides users with deeper visibility into how the AI interprets each custom field value. So not only can you see the AI's interpretation, but you can actually have the flexibility to refine and adjust how the AI understands each category. And this will just give you greater control over how patents are grouped by the AI. And so with this optimization, what took days of sorting and tagging patents, you can now do in a fraction of the time using AI. And you can do so while also having the confidence that our AI is perfectly aligned with your unique needs. Okay, so that is custom field tagging and field generation. All right, the final feature that I'll highlight today before we dive into our product roadmap for 2025 is also another tool that has launched today. So as many of you know, manually breaking down the claims of a patent into individual elements and components across multiple records is time consuming, but it also increases the likelihood of misconnections or inaccuracies that impact the effectiveness of your analysis. So starting today, premium users will gain access to our new claims charting and comparison tool. So simply input, let's say, a patent number of interests, and our advanced algorithms will basically automatically analyze the independent claims, breaking them down into their core features. And this is mapped out in a comprehensive claims chart for your convenience. And as you can see in the GIF, you can actually delete certain features that you think is going a bit too granular. You can combine certain features, and you can export this whole claims chart for you to take your analysis offline. And that isn't all. The second part to this feature is we've basically allowed you to go ahead, click AI claims chart, and you'll get to add a second target patent number and watch as our AI identifies and highlights the similarities between the two records. And for a clear picture, you'll get a concise AI-generated explanation telling you why certain links were made. So as you can imagine, this is a powerful tool to not only bolster your freedom to operate searches and your infringement analysis, but it'll serve as a key asset in optimizing things like your licensing negotiations so that you'll be better equipped to navigate, complex IP landscapes with precision and confidence. So definitely try out these tools and tell us what you think. All feedback is definitely good feedback. I think this claims charting tool is my favorite one from this year. Okay, now what you've all been waiting for, let's go ahead and jump into what you can expect for 2025. All right, so whether you are an R&D scientist awaiting patent protection for a recent invention of yours, or an IP attorney working tirelessly to secure that granted status, the patent prosecution journey is notoriously complex. It's time-intensive and resource draining. From ensuring technical accuracy to responding to office actions promptly and navigating the complexities of global patent jurisdictions, traditional methods of drafting and filing patents are just no longer sufficient. You spent countless hours spent on redundant edits. There's inconsistent quality across various patent drafts. There's often communication silos, so it's difficult with tools today to collaborate effectively and share insights in real time. And obviously, there's high costs associated with revisions and resubmissions. Over the past year, we've listened to your needs, we've learned from your challenges, and we've realized that there had to be a better way. That's why I'm excited to announce that in 2025, PatSnap will be launching AI drafting. So this module is comprised of a suite of tools that is designed to empower how you navigate the entire prosecution workflow, from inception to grant. So at its core, This tool will be powered by PatSnap GPT. As mentioned before, this is PatSnap's proprietary LLM. And I'd say this is where the magic lies in our tool. Again, it's a domain-specific powerhouse, PatSnap GPT that is, that we've been fine-tuning on various innovation data points over this past year, ranging from file wrapper data to patents and research papers, and even IP-specific instructions and industry-specific knowledge. So this will deeply understand the nuances of patent terminology, legal standards, and the technical complexities across industries. So this is a quick visualization of how you can see each of these tools help bolster the patent prosecution process. So let's go ahead and dive into kind of the workflow of things. So on the ideation side, we have your invention disclosure assistant. So let's say your client or an R&D team at your organization has submitted a preliminary invention disclosure. Maybe it has 4 points. And after some research, you, the IP expert, have concluded that while points 1 and 4 are not worth pursuing, there is white space for points 2 and 3. This is where Analytics' invention disclosure comes into play. This tool essentially will help you turn these raw, abstract ideas into a polished disclosure. And this will also lay the foundation for using our entire AI drafting tool. So the way it'll work is on your end, you're going to simply provide that technical description that outlines your invention. And using advanced algorithms, we're going to extract the technical mechanism, the benefit, and the problem of your input to make sure we really understand the complete scope of your technical topic. From there, we're going to essentially generate a refined and comprehensive disclosure ready for that patent drafting stage. So in terms of what we are producing, you'll see these different fields such as technical field, prior art. We run a prior art search for you, technical solution. We describe the description of the embodiments, and so on and so forth. Okay, so while an AI-generated disclosure is useful, what sets this tool apart from other ones is we actually give you complete visibility on how our AI has interpreted your input. Again, reducing that black box AI effect. On top of that, you'll have full control, as you can see by the modify section, to adjust how the AI interprets your input, as well as some additional AI-powered editing tools after the invention disclosure is generated. So you can improve the writing, you can make the writing shorter or longer, or expand on certain paragraphs, just to make sure that that final draft is fully tailored to your unique needs. Okay, that is the IDA in a quick summary. Next up in our AI drafting suite is our specification drafting tool. So this is set to also launch in Q1 of this coming year. And this is an exciting tool that will become essential as you draft your application. So as many of you know, the formal writing stage of patent applications is a rigorous process, to say the least. To put it in perspective, drafting the description section of a patent alone can take 15 to 50 hours, with the final description section often spanning 40 to 50 pages. So with patent specification, you'll have a tool that understands the nuances of different industry verticals and specific rules and regulations of patent offices to draft a formalized description. In terms of the details, you're going to basically start by inputting your invention disclosure, ideally the one that you formalized using the IDA, and along with an outline of your claims. This will basically set the foundation of the drafting process. From there, using the power of domain-specific AI, this tool will examine your input and generate knowledge graphs of your claims, as well as your invention disclosure. So you can visualize how, again, our AI understands the relationships and dependencies of your input. And what sets this tool apart from others is you'll have the option to upload supplemental background knowledge. So, technical documents or manuals describing your tech area of interest. And what's really exciting is because we have robust patent data coverage, you can actually select patents in your patent portfolio so that our AI can follow a particular drafting style. And last but not least, you'll be able to select a authority. So USPTO or EPO, for example, that you want your draft to kind of follow accordingly. And this, again, ensures that your draft is not only industry specific, but it also adheres to jurisdictional regulations in which you intend to file your draft in. That is specification drafting. All right. Moving on, let's go ahead and continue. Let's say you have drafted your patent application and you know that you'll be filing it in multiple jurisdictions. So in that case, in Q1, you'll also have access to our AI translation tool. So this is a tool ideal for law firms or in-house patent attorneys who have clients who wish to pursue a global patent filing strategy. And there definitely is a need here. I'll explain why. So let's say you are looking into the field of electricity, and your patent application contains the word message, for example. And throughout the body of the specification, as an industry expert, you know that this is speaking to a connection or a signal between transformers. However, free translation tools that lack this necessary industry context would likely misinterpret the word and just translate it into a foreign language, into words like news or information. So what's missing in this scenario? If you haven't guessed it, it is industry-specific context. And this is something that general purpose AI or LLMs simply can't handle. So in other words, a jack of all trades is definitely a master of none. And that's why we're using PatSnap GPT to deliver accurate translations in two main ways. The first is we've analyzed commonly mistranslated words in specific industries and developed industry glossaries. And secondly, we have in-house experts with examination backgrounds that also help validate these language pairs. So currently, this is offered for English to Chinese translations, and we plan to expand to Japanese as well as German. Alrighty. Also, launching in the drafting suite, you'll have access to the IDS generator. So this is a cool one because you can enter your technical description of a patent, for example, or a patent number, and we'll basically run an AI-powered search to find up to 100 similar patents using a semantic similarity model. And then in addition to the records found using AI, you'll actually have the flexibility to add additional records that you want to have included in the IDS file. And then we'll generate a final exportable file that adheres to USPTO regulations for you to have included. So that is the IDS generator. But finally, launching in Q3 of 2025 is the highly anticipated Office Action Response Tool, or what we like to call OAR. So the challenge, to set the scene, is on average, there are 2 to 3 office action responses required during the prosecution of US patent applications. So 86% of utility patents, for example, receive at least one office action. And on average, these cost around $1,500 to $3,000 to go ahead and respond to. And this back and forth takes 2.5 years to complete on average as well. And there's plenty of pain points associated with this step in the filing process. a few that we've heard from our users is the ambiguity in rejection. So examiner comments can often be unclear or inconsistent, making it difficult to determine how to address rejections effectively. Expertise dependence is a huge one. So generating an effective response obviously requires specialized industry knowledge, and that may not always be readily available within teams. Cost pressures, obviously. So multiple rounds of office actions can inflate costs beyond what you've accounted for. And it's obviously time consuming. So a common way to try and navigate examiner citations is by analyzing the prosecution history of similar patents to see how they've successfully overcome similar rejections. However, not only is this a manual process, it doesn't guarantee success because you're sifting through a lot of file wrapper data of various records, just hoping to identify a viable response strategy. So there's definitely a huge need here. And our solution is the OAR tool. So this past year, our product and development team have been training and fine-tuning our AI on file wrapper data to automate the response strategy generation process. So essentially what you'll be able to do is identify successful industry-specific argument patterns using AI to help inform your strategy. You'll be able to uncover trends in examiner rejections and applicant responses, and this will ultimately inform AI-generated suggested claim amendments. And so that's kind of like the overall idea. But the way it'll work is you are going to, as a user, input your rejection or citation along with the claims of your application. This tool will basically review and highlight how the examiner has understood your application. And as you can see here, you'll also be able to upload additional background knowledge. So this can be knowledge on like your technology field that you want the AI tool to consider. Because lastly, it will develop 2 actionable responses. The first one is suggested amended claims. So our tool will highlight sections of the claims that you can tweak or adjust in order to adhere to the examiner requirements. And secondly, develop an argument. So this tool will analyze the examiner citation, the background knowledge you provided using, for your tech topic, and just formulate an argument based on proven response strategies in similar cases. And so because this tool is trained on both successful and unsuccessful prosecution histories, it can identify what success looks like within your industry and generate, again, that proven response strategy. So all in all, the Office Action Response tool will just help eliminate the need for that time-consuming manual research and saving countless hours while reducing costs. And ultimately, it's a data-driven approach. It ensures that your responses are precise, persuasive, and aligned with examiner trends so that you can tackle these office actions with confidence. Okay, so that is our AI drafting tool in a nutshell. So in terms of where we're at in the stages, we're currently looking and interviewing different users. We're at the interview stage, so we're actively gathering feedback to refine the tool and ensure it meets your needs and expectations. So in hearing all this, if you're interested in playing a role in shaping the future of this tool, we invite you to reach out to your account manager and they'll get you connected with our product team, or go ahead and scan that QR code in the bottom right corner of your screen, because I know that a lot of us would be extremely happy to hear from every one of you. Okay, so that is all on the analytics side of things. I hope you have enjoyed and learned some new things. And most importantly, I hope you're excited for what's to come. All right, thank you so much, everyone.